Into the podcast. I am your host, Matt McChesney. We are down here at 60 Football Academy. It used to be Strength and Fitness. Now it is 60 Football Academy down here in Parker. Remember to go check out everything at 60footballacademy.com, 60strengthandfitness.com, and then also all over social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at 60 Academy. Today is special. Every May, guys come home, and we've got three of the original Dungeon family, it seems like, in here. Right now, we've got the starting center at the University of Michigan, Drake Nugent. The starting center at the University of Purdue coming up here, leaves in July, Austin Johnson. And the starting tackle out at UCLA, Jake Wiley from Eagle Crest High School and the University of Colorado. From Highlands Ranch High School and the University of Colorado, and from Highlands Ranch High School and Stanford, and all benefits of the transfer portal, and everybody's graduated, and you're all old now, and old balls, bro, all of you. Just how does it feel to be fucking this old?
Feel it every morning.
Every day when I get out of bed.
Just get to work.
Yeah, see, you guys were all young when you came in here. When did you start, Jake?
15.
15? When? You guys all started in the same class, right? You guys were all in the same graduating class, right?
So we were 13, 14.
So 13, 14, and 15. So right before your sophomore year, you started? Or freshman year? Sophomore year? So
Sophomore year,
right
yeah.
before sophomore year for Jake, and then right before... you guys were in 8th grade in the gym.
Yeah,
before we even gotten into high school.
Yeah.
So, hey, make sure we pass the mic back and forth.
Pass the mic, guys.
Yeah, so just pass the mic, dog. Pass the mic. So look, it's pass the fucking mic, dog. Come on. So look, it's so unique to be able to have a place like this. I don't know of any other place in the country that does things the way we do things at 60, and being part of the Dungeon family is a pretty special thing, in my opinion. You know, Jake's worn 60 his whole life. Drake's worn 60 his whole life. That's the number that I donned. Salsa's too good to wear the number. But look, right before we get into, kind of the meat and potatoes of this, what does 60 mean to each of you? Like, just take a little bit of time to just talk about what this place has meant to you, and just you're back here again. It's always a place that you guys cycle back to when you're home, and all of you went in the transfer portal, and it was, where are we going? How are we getting there? And how do we connect the dots? And it all seemed to work. So, Jake, take that off.
So, I mean, for me, I'd say it's about work, really. Like, coming in here, you're going to work every day, strain, get better at what you're doing. So, I mean, I feel like that's always been the biggest thing for me is, you're going to come in here and work and get better, work at your craft and fix everything you're doing. Like, just work at everything. That's really it. Like, you're going to come in here. It's not going to be easy. You're going to bust your ass. And that's really what it is. It's just how it is. I was always been how it's always going to be. So it's just about work, really.
And from the recruiting process, Jake, you came out at Eagle Crest. You got recruited by Mel Tucker. I got a great picture of you two when you both committed to CU on the same day to Mel. Within a year, he's gone. You got a new coach. Within 2 years, he's gone. You got a new coach. It's just the cycle up there was kind of crazy. Talk about your time at CU. I know you loved it. And now, the transfer portal, and now you're going to UCLA for 2 years potentially to play for Coach Kelly. Talk about that whole process and just the craziness that is now the transfer portal a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, being at CU, like you said, we've had different coaches different every year, different online head coaches every year.
Every year.
So it's like, I feel like that the only good thing coming out of that is you're learning different ways to play, different techniques, that kind of stuff, just how different coaches coach. So I feel like that was a plus out of that. But transfer portal, I think it's definitely a big thing right now in college football. And like you said, all three of us have been able to use it to our benefit and go somewhere else. And then me going to UCLA, playing with Coach Kelly and going out there, it's an NFL coach. He's been putting guys in the league. Like, that was a big thing for me. I know it's all of our three of our goals to go play in the league. So I feel like it can definitely help you if you're willing to work. But like I said before, it's all about work. So, I mean, you work and you can get to that spot you want to get to, then you're going to get there, really.
Hey, man. Austin, it's been a little different for you. You've been working with me for now like almost 5 months, working next to me, helping me train the guys, but then also working out every day. You know, you went to the transfer portal. You took a semester off. Now you're graduating up in Boulder. You leave for Purdue in July and play for Coach Walters, an ex-teammate of mine who's now the head man at Purdue. Caleb Wilson helped facilitate all that. And I have a picture of Caleb when he was 7 years old standing on my shoulder at CU, Chris Wilson's son. So it's crazy how all the relationships facilitate the next relationship, right? Just talk a little bit about your time at 6-0 and what you've seen and how it, affects some of these kids that are coming up underneath you now. And, your journey at CU and now going to Lafayette and play for the Boilermakers.
I mean, I'll just start when we came in like 8th grade. We had no idea what to do. We didn't know like who we were. And just like being able to work with older high school guys who we saw, we thought we were like the shit. And we were like, that dude's a dude, and that's who we strive to be. And like,
Who were some of the vets when you came in? You remember?
Bryce Blair, he went to North
Blair,
Dakota.
yep.
He kind of took me under his wing. Frank Umu.
Frank
He went
Umu,
to
yeah.
CU for
From
a little
Heritage, yep. He hit somebody in the head with a helmet up there.
Yeah,
that didn't go over so well.
Gator, he was in here.
Gator, okay, yeah.
Who else? There's been a lot of guys.
Oh, there's so many, bro. That's Sam Jones.
Sam Jones.
Remember, Sam
Yeah.
Jones got drafted by the Broncos, played at Arizona State for a long time.
No, yeah. So that was super cool, and just I'm fortunate to come back here this past semester, a few months, just to help these kids out because I was there once, and I had big dreams, and I really didn't know what it took, and it's always nice seeing a guy who's been there, gone through it, and done that, and share his story. And like I love telling the kids, like just believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, I mean, we had 5 coaches up at CU, 6. And, I tore my Achilles in 2020. I've had 2-3 different ankle operations. And, before this last season, they already wrote me off before the season even started. They told the coach that I couldn't even walk, couldn't even do anything. But then at the end of the spring, I won the job. So, I mean, I always believed in myself, and that's why I came back here every day. You pushed me. You believed in myself from day one. And then when I came back to you after the season, I was like, yeah, I need a new opportunity. You were still sitting there believing in me. So that just since day one, that's what I think 6-0 means to me. It's just home, just family.
One thing that both of you said, too, that both of you saying, we've had multiple head coaches and a new position coach every year. And the only thing that made that, it wasn't okay, it sucked. But the only thing that made it livable, I guess, the only thing that made it acceptable was the fact that I was down the street.
Yeah.
Because I always knew you two and Casey and God knows how many other. When we had like 12 guys in here once from CU talking about pass protection and shit, and all the Terrence and Mustafa and all those guys that come in. I understand it's been crazy up there for years and the turnover, but the one consistent is I'm always here. 6-0 never leaves, and you guys always have a place to land and come back and work and get better. I'm going to tell the story before we go to Drake, but 2 years ago, USC, right? We're on the sideline in Folsom. Coach Durrell's the coach, right? That was when Rodrigue was your offensive line coach. The worst offensive line coach in the history of college football. And that's not a joke. You guys don't have to say it. I'll say it for you. Okay? Terrible. Maybe you could sell all your clothes online again, bruh. Wow. But so we're playing USC. Yeah, I'll say whatever I want. This is my fucking podcast. Thank you very much. So we're standing on the sidelines. It's like 14-0. They're in like these even fronts and they're running games, and Jake and Casey and everybody walk up to me and they're like, I'm standing there with Vickers and they're like, hey man, they're an even and they're running these TE games, and how are we going to stop it? And I'm like, okay, short set and strike the corner, and what are they doing? Are they moving and flashing? And McGinnis from like the other side of the fucking field runs over like, stop. And Jake looks at me and goes, we're just trying to figure out how to block the guys, bro. And McGinnis is like, you can't do this. We're going to get fined. And Casey looks at Brian and then looks at me and looks down the way, and Rodriguez down there like looking at a menu for a crawfish boil or some shit. And Casey goes, well, that's our coach, and he's down there, and he hasn't told us anything. And McGinnis is like, you got to back up, Matt. And I'm like, they came over to me, bro. I'm just trying to help. But like, that's kind of my point is, regardless of who your position coach is, I think everybody knows who their coach is. So, Drake, your turn. Yep. So Drake went to Highlands Ranch, played next to Salsa the entire time there. Yeah, I'm going to tell a story that pisses him off, and that's a good thing because I like angry Drake. Drake should have been a buff. He should have been in the same class as you two. You all should have played together. But Clayton Adams, in all of his grandeur as a coach, who now went to Stanford this year and tried to keep you there. That was pretty funny. Told Drake
he's
that
the Cardinals now.
Oh, now he's with the Creighton. Jumped again, huh? Shocking. Clayton Adams, who was the offensive line coach at the time at CU, this is Call Out Central today, told Drake Nugent he was too short to play the position. And I know that motivates Drake every day. He went to Stanford, balled out, went in the transfer portal this year after graduating from Stanford and got picked up by Michigan and Coach Harbaugh, top 5 program in the country, and was just named the Walter Camp first-team All-American preseason center going into next year and is on many draft boards, to say the least. Salsa and Wiley both have 2 more years in college. Big guy only has 1. So, Drake Nugent, same question to you. What does 6-0 mean to you? And, just talk about how excited you are to be a Michigan Wolverine and go up there in Ann Arbor and kick some ass.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what 6-0 means to me is kind of a loaded question. Because
Answer it.
we have been here. I'm fucking getting there. But like Saul said, we've been here since 8th grade, and like I've told guys is like even guys at Stanford or Michigan who see your videos on TikTok like, yo, what the hell was this guy fucking about? Like
He's always yelling.
Yeah, he's always yelling. Who's this guy
So
really?
angry.
Like some guys fucking love it, and other guys, they're kind of like a little skittish about
Yeah,
it.
there's
But
a lot
I
of
always,
pussies in this generation.
yeah, but I always tell them like it gave me the foundation more mentally, I think, than physically. And like I think that was one huge step that I took early on was just like my mental development. Early on, like being able to push myself to the little absolute max in here, and then get in the car and drive 30 minutes and go do it again in our weight room at Highlands Ranch. Like it just like instilled that like, okay, I've never arrived, like even today, like I eat all these fucking lists and whatever, which is great, but like
it's all great.
again, I haven't done shit.
It's all just a big jerk off, though, right?
Yeah, it's just for media.
It's for me to sit here and pat you on the back and you to be like, yeah, I'm not that good, but I am.
Yeah, but like just like pushing the bitch and stuff, like in the summertime until we fucking pass out. Like I don't know, like that shit is like I miss that shit. And it's awesome, and I think that like.
Well, you're back in May. We can make that happen.
Yeah,
There's 3 of them in there.
Yeah,
I'm glad you missed it because you'll be back tomorrow at 11. I can make that happen.
My knee's a little shaky for us, so we're
The
gonna,
vet called my knee.
my knee and shoulder are a little light for it, but I don't know. But I just you look back on all the different workouts that we've had, and like working out with guys like Jensen and McGovern too, and like Sam back in the day, like just those small things, like you saying just like a slight comment, like, oh damn, like you're strong as fuck, like you're gonna be the strongest motherfucker ever. It's like just something that like sticks with you for a long time.
From
like,
a vet.
From a vet.
From an all-pro like Ryan Jensen, like, hey, man, keep moving. I was in your shoes. You're going to be in my shoes.
Or like, yo, you got good feet, like, but do this. So I'm like, you remember those certain small things. And like, it's not necessarily like, I know you brought up Clayton, like proving people wrong, which like, I'm not here to call anyone out, but yeah, that has motivated me.
You didn't do it.
That has motivated me a lot. But at the same time, I'm also thankful for it because I wouldn't like be as motivated without
Everything happens for a reason, right?
So just those small things you carry with me, just trying to prove everyone right. Honestly, and everyone that believed in you from the start, like you.
Amen. All right, so we're not just going to talk about all the past here at 6-0 on the Savage podcast here today. The NBA playoffs are rolling, and I know all of us wish we could play basketball because all of us. I know you do. Look at my shoes. I wish I could play. I can't. All I can do is foul and watch, okay? If there was no gravity, I would be a fucking all-pro, but that's a different story. The Nuggets rolled. They're up 3-2. The Lakers, give it to Jake. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
The deal.
The Lakers and Golden State play tonight.
Yep.
Jimmy Buckets is probably going to slam the door on the Knicks, hopefully. I love Jimmy Buckets. And then the Celtics looked like absolute dog shit the other night. But I bet you that goes 7. I bet you they go back to Philly and win, just knowing the way this works out. Mm-hmm. Jake, I know you're a huge Nugget fan, just like your boy over here. I don't know how you two feel about this, but I don't know how you can't be right now. What do you think about this?
I mean, the whole season.
How excited are you? First of all,
the whole season I've been fucking excited. Yeah. The Nuggets been running the league, the Western Conference especially. I mean, you talk about like who they've played, they've gone out.
That's right. We'll get into the WWE here in a minute for you two. Okay. Well, let us talk about the fucking sports. We'll talk about wrestling with you two in a minute.
No, but I feel like The Eastern Conference, like you said, like Jimmy Buckets, he's been out there balling in Miami, but I don't really think there's any team in the East that's really a contender, really. I don't think anyone's going to beat any team in the West. I feel like the West is too loaded.
It is.
You have the Lakers with
I feel like
LeBron and all
Lakers
them.
Nuggets is going to be the finals.
That's what I think the Western Conference Finals is going to
Now,
be.
are you as we're not look? You two don't need to talk about basketball. I'll just ask him. Are you as nervous about the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals as I am?
I mean, playing LeBron in the Western Conference Finals makes you nervous, period.
Fuck
but I mean,
yeah.
if you look at like I feel like we matched up pretty well with them too, though. So it's not. I feel like we matched up better with them than we do Golden State. But I think we could beat either team. Really, I think it'd be a good series. But I'm a big Nuggets fan, so I'm never gonna say the Nuggets are gonna lose. And
Nuggets
plus, you
are
see the way
winning
he's
in
been
6
playing
too.
and all that. Like number one team in the West the whole season, damn near running the playoffs right now. So
They're going to win tomorrow night too.
oh yeah.
All right. So all-time starting five, go.
like
Come on,
Nuggets starting five or all time.
all-time starting five.
I'll
on the
say
spot.
point guard. I probably put Allen Iverson as point guard.
Ooh,
Shooting guard, I probably put Kobe at the 2,
damn.
LeBron at the 3.
Mike's not on your team.
No, he's number 3 on my list. Top 5.
What?
Yeah, 4.
What? No, stop.
Yeah.
Time out.
LeBron's number 1.
Michael Jordan
Stay with
is
that.
number 3.
No, he's number 2.
Kobe.
I'm sorry. He's
Kobe.
number 2. He's number 2. Kobe's number 3.
So you think LeBron's better than Jordan? You're one of these
yes,
guys.
yes,
All right. So
yes.
explain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So give the mic to Drake. What are you talking about?
Steph Curry, LeBron.
Steph Curry
Yeah. Just let me give me the 5.
better than Mike?
No. I'm going to put Mike in the game, too.
Oh man, you guys are making me nervous. This generation, you guys make me fucking
fuck
nervous.
the positions. I just want these 5 guys on the
Well,
floor.
it's like
okay?
a porno. Fuck the
Yeah.
positions. Just give me 5 chicks.
Why'd you have to go
What?
there with- why'd you have to
It's
go there
like
with
a-
that?
there's no bad angles on this show, baby. Just like a porn.
Browser history. All right.
Hey.
Um,
If I
Michael
go to jail
Michael
or die,
Jordan-
erase mine.
all right, Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Steph, and Shaq.
That's a pretty good 5. But
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like the Nuggets too.
and the Undertaker. Fucking Goldberg. But explain to me how you think LeBron even touches the echelon that Jordan's on.
What do you mean?
I mean,
there's
Jordan
players
has-
nowadays. You're seeing Austin Reeves with the Lakers doing moves that Jordan was doing, getting praised for. Like I feel like
Don't
the game has
fucking
changed.
ever disrespect Michael Jordan like this again.
I'm not. I'm not.
I don't know. I'm not wearing
disrespecting-
I'm not
just
wearing
saying
some
the game
penny
has
low
changed.
for Austin Reeves specials.
He can hoop, but all I'm saying.
Yeah, he looks like a banker that can hoop, but don't you ever compare Michael Jordan to Austin Reeves again.
No, okay.
I mean,
They
come on,
can
dog.
like. All right. All I'm
Are
saying
you
is
trying to tell me the era wasn't as good?
no. The basketball, the skill wise,
Like
no.
players, because there's
Players
some bad
now have a
motherfuckers
way
in the
deeper
90s.
bag to score, know how to score, get other people to score, all that. Like, don't get me wrong.
So what-
Jordan was good, but he wasn't going to do
LeBron's
anything without
lost
Pippen.
6 times. Jordan's 6-0.
With Pippen, so like yes, he's 6-0,
LeBron
don't get me
never
wrong.
won it. LeBron only won with Wade and Bosh and Kyrie, so he had a road, and he's got Anthony Davis.
Yeah, okay. Don't get me wrong. Like they obviously have people that are going to help him, but all I'm saying is that Jordan, like he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's obviously a GOAT, but LeBron is a GOAT. So I think he's just the best player, like best all around player ever. Like points wise, he can score. Defensive wise, he can play defense. Okay. He's he's on the top assist charts. He can get rebound. Like he does everything. He's not just a scorer.
Has
He's not
he ever
just
won
that.
Defensive Player of the Year?
I don't know to be
I
honest.
don't know if he has either.
I'm not sure. I don't think.
I
so.
know Jordan did
Jordan
a couple
has
of
it,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's still like I just feel better all around player. I think LeBron's a better all around player than Jordan is.
Okay. Hey, Salsa.
What's up? No, I'm a Stone Cold Steve Austin guy myself, actually.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. That's pretty funny. All right, so we had that nice little argument. You're wrong, but a good argument. Okay, so let's talk about football a little bit here. We're all over the place on this show. It's not like we prepare. What the fuck? You guys didn't even know you're doing this till you walked in today. That's the beauty of this place. Look, this is the Savage Podcast as always. You can go on YouTube and download it. Big thanks to my man Jeff for all he does behind the scenes. All right, so let's talk some football. College football, the transfer portal, NIL, it has changed so much. You guys all went into school under the umbrella of the NCAA and rules, and you know if you do anything, you're suspended. And halfway through it, they were like, "Yeah, there's no fucking rules. You can do whatever you want. You can make as much money as you want. You can transfer whenever you want." I'm a football purist. I played in the old Big 12 North. The entire division is now in different conferences. Okay, it's changed so much since I played. I miss it But I also really like this because it gives everybody opportunity that the coaches all have. Every coach can jump job to job to job and make as much money as they want to feed their family, right? Well, now the players can do it, and I don't think the coaches like that very much. I'm not asking you to throw a coach under the bus, but I want to know, from your perspective as 3 veterans that have multiple starts and accolades, and I believe as your coach and a guy who's going to help you get there, you're all going to be drafted. And that's something that I'll stand by. Do you like the transfer portal? Do you like NIL? I mean, I don't know how you couldn't like it, but I do know this. None of you went to Stanford or CU looking to transfer. That's a huge misconception. Nobody went somewhere looking to leave, but circumstances have allowed Drake, he just couldn't help it. Circumstances have allowed you to now really profit off your name, image, and likeness and all the work you've put in. So essentially you became unrestricted free agents. And guys are getting cut now. Welcome to the NFL. That's what this is. So long question to probably a short answer, but what do you guys think? Salsa, you go.
I'm gonna try to break this into 2 different things with transfer portal and NIL. I think the transfer portal is great. I think it's amazing how dudes get to follow another opportunity if their first thing doesn't work out. They're allowed to go follow other
Or if
opportunities.
your time runs out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a new start.
Very true. Then on the second part of it, NIL, I think, your top 3 dudes on the team really benefit from NIL rather than anyone else. But I think there's, a lot of guys go into the portal thinking that they're going to get paid, they're going to get a new car, and they kind of lose the focus of why we do this. We're in college. When we get to the NFL, then we can start talking money and focus on money and everything.
Yeah.
But with college,
Get bag, bro. Get bag.
I'm just focusing on get into the league. It's nice getting paid, nice having a little extra cash. But to tell a university I'm gonna leave or I don't want to go there because you're not gonna go buy me a brand new car, I think that's a little much.
A bitch move. Yeah, I agree. How about you, Jake?
I mean, speaking on the NIL thing too, I feel like now, if your main goal is playing the NFL, your main goal is to go make millions in the NFL, not thousands in college football. So it's
Wow, that's
NIL is cool now. It's cool to make money now, but
poetic, they say.
if you're in the NFL, you're playing to make M's. You're not playing to get thousands. So it's it's cool to get that money now, but I feel like if that's your focus now, then you're not focused on the right thing.
Amen to that. How about you, Drake?
Yeah. So I think both are great, but kind of like what Saul said, I agree that only the top guys on each team, like quarterback, running back, really benefit by making life-changing money.
Because no one cares about us because we're grunts?
Yeah,
High five.
and even in December when I entered the portal, I didn't really I only have 1, 2, maybe 2 years left if I get hurt or some bullshit. But
No, 1 year and then draft.
yeah, that's the plan.
Yep.
But I think that you just I liked it, but you just like Saul said, you kind of need more
Priorities, right?
more priorities. Yeah.
Well, also, I'll ask this question. Yeah, give it up. Give it up for Big Guac. He needs it. Come on, give Guacamole the. When he's having a good day, he's salsa. When he's having a bad day, he's guacamole.
I truly think it has
Come on, Big Guac.
I really think it just ruined the whole college, vibe. I miss high school where it's till this day, I'll still die for this motherfucker. And, we see each other probably
Boys.
three weeks out of the whole year.
Well, didn't you guys all play each other too? Didn't Highlands Ranch Eagle Crest? I remember a game. I got a picture of
Eagle Crest won.
Yeah, touche. Well, but that team, Eagle Crest, had you had the older Weatherby, Reese, Wiley, and the older Miller, right? And both the Millers were on the team, but Braden didn't play. He was a freshman. And then on the other side were you two and Big Boy that just started. What's his name?
Colt.
Yeah, and he was on that team too, right?
Yeah, he didn't play though.
But he didn't. He was
wasn't
young,
playing
right?
then, yeah.
So he was a baby.
But
that's like 6 Division I Power 5 linemen on one team.
our QB, he went to Kansas
And Rubley
State.
went to Kansas State. Yep.
Then our tight end went to Bryant. So our team was pretty stacked.
Loaded. Well, that's okay.
Four coaches in 4 years.
Better.
It's the story of my
More
career.
coaches. You guys,
That's the story of my
without
career.
me, you guys would have like 19 coaches. 19 coaches and Matt.
It's unreal.
But look, I think Colorado high school football is special. Obviously, it's not on the same level as a lot of other places. There's a lot of bankers in the secondary here. That said, though, I truly believe this. If you just look at the guys out of this room alone, and I'm not talking about McCaffrey and Arden Walker and Purchase and all these other cats that I don't work with, just the dudes out of here, I think that you could put together a college football team that would absolutely shit stomp people. Like, hurt feelings. Just look at the guys in the transfer portal in January and now. Padilla went to SMU. Cole Taylor went to West Virginia. Jake, you went to UCLA. Salsa, you're at Purdue. Drake's at Michigan. Spencer Level went to Kansas. Jesus, there's more. Help me. Mason Maddox just got Kent State the other day. Walked on at CU, parlayed it into a full ride Division I scholarship. He should take that look too. Travis Gray and Weatherby are both now in the transfer portal. And hell, let me ask you guys this question, being veterans in the portal. I think that there should be a rule where they don't allow you to cut first-year players. Like Travis and Caden, both early enrolled at CU and Texas Tech. They restaffed. The new staff didn't want them. They couldn't do anything to change their mind, and they're in the transfer portal. And they both have 4 years of eligibility left. They're like freshmen again. That's crazy, right? You didn't even get a chance to evaluate the kids. So I think that, and look, there's positive and negatives to everything. But if you go in the transfer portal without a plan or without a 6-0 or a mat to help you, because right before all of you went in the portal, who did you call?
You.
Me. Like, what should we do? Okay, so if you don't have a plan, that's why there's 7,000 dudes in the portal right now holding their balls like, holy shit, what are we going to do? What do you say to those cats? Like, at least Caden and Travis had a place to go train, and like, I'm putting them in front of coaches constantly, and they're getting offered, and they'll be gone soon. You know they will. Guys don't stick around here. If you stick around here, that ain't good. So what do you think they should do in that regard, and then we'll move forward?
I'll answer this quick, and I'll pass it. But honestly, I think there's too many cats in the portal who are
Don't
just
have tape.
well, yeah, but also that they think it's not so much that they think they're better than they are, but they will pass up an opportunity that's not Power 5 just so they get the clout of going Power 5. I mean, before Purdue, I was going to Charlotte,
yeah.
and and just like things happened, didn't work out. But there's never in my mind where I was like, Power 5 is 100% like a factor for me. What you need to find is a coach that actually believes in you, a great opportunity where you will actually play and just not ride the bench. And just like a place where you can go focus and, focus on the craft and not party and stay out of these bars. And I just think like too many kids nowadays are just so focused on going Power 5 and, oh, I want to post this school, I want to post that school. Like, fuck the media. Like, do something for you for a change. And like not try to be
Amen.
cool.
Nugent?
Yeah, I kind of agree with all that. But another thing I would say is that, a lot of the guys that are in the portal, like, that don't have tape. And I think it's tough when guys enter the portal after, like, they're in battle for a competition in the spring. Maybe they lose it. They enter in May. Like, they jump ship way too early. And obviously situations like CU and other, like, you get a new coaching staff, it can be different like that. But like, it's super beneficial, but at the same time, you get guys in there who, like, they think shit's sweet and like, oh, I was a huge recruit.
I'm special.
I'm gonna go get paid $100,000 and all this shit, and like they enter the portal and nothing comes their way. I think they just like a lot of it's you helped us a lot just with getting our names out there too. But if you don't have any like tape or things for them to evaluate you, kind of like with Gray and them, like I think it's all just about the place you can go and get developed. And that's kind of even being a fifth year this upcoming season, like I'm still worried about development. Like I still want to make sure that I'm refining my shit.
Well, that's going to the NFL. It's going to be like, God, I hope I get drafted by a team that's actually going to develop me, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Jake?
Say
Then
development.
we'll move on.
I mean, just speaking on what both of them said, like,
I mean, because you left right after when Dion got there, right? You went in the portal. You stayed over the spring.
Yeah, I stayed for the
and you were
spring.
part of that, like, hey, everybody, we're at the spring game, and we're all part of the family, but right after the spring game, all of you leave. or some of you left on your own accord, but a lot of people were also asked to leave.
Yeah, I mean, just like that part too is like what you said. Like new staffs coming in, like they want to bring their own guys in, and I
a
understand.
business of football,
It's
right?
a business of football. I
Business of
understand,
football.
but at the end of the day, like it is fucking over some like other younger guys that don't like Drake said, like you don't have the tape. Like I feel like the one big thing with us, like in the portal is, I know for me, like when I was talking to coaches, they were telling me like it was a lot easier for them to evaluate me because like they've seen me playing games, like they've seen the tapes, like they know that I can play,
Been in
they know I
battles.
have that experience. But it's different if you don't have that tape or like you don't have like that game like experience. Like it's different playing in a high school game than it is a college game.
Big time.
And I feel like, especially with the transfer portal now, a lot of kids are. I feel like a lot of the big problem with it is kids are seeing other kids go in and go to different schools and like, oh, I can do that, oh, I could do that, but they don't have the tape to back it up, so they can't do it.
And
And
look-
then they go from being at a Power 5 to, oh, I want to go to another Power 5, but I don't have any tape, so then you have to go bump down, and that's when the kids are starting to get all like mad about it and all that kind of stuff too.
A lot of parents too are unrealistic about this too. They see my kid's at a smaller school. I think he's better than he is. The kid thinks he's better than he is. I'm going to go in the transfer portal. There's no guarantees on this. It's a business. It's a risk, and everything has risk in it. And just because you think you're good doesn't necessarily mean they think you're good. That's not the way this works. And one thing that people don't understand about the way I do business that you guys do is I don't sell anything. I don't sell training. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a coach. I don't sell opportunity. You earn that. I don't sell shit. This is This is not an escalator. This is a bridge. I can't take you anywhere. So you have to be able to actually do it. Look, I think the transfer portal and NIL will revolutionize college football. I just don't know if it's in the way that everybody wants. I think we're going to end up with mercenary Power Fives, and the group of fives and like 1AA are going to be still operating like real college football, where even like Central Michigan was in here the other day, and they're like, look, we'd rather get a 3-star kid that's a little bit underdeveloped that we know we can develop that's not going to leave us than go after this 4-star kid that's just going to play well for a year and then leave. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So the coaches are having to adjust to it too.
Yeah, I mean, and like it's new to everybody, really.
Yeah.
Like the rules and all that. Like you
I
said,
don't
like,
know
it
if
turned
the
into a
coaches
free
really
agency.
like it as much either. I think a lot of coaches hate it too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like it can be beneficial for the kids, but I feel like you have to be able to be in a spot where it is beneficial for you and where like you can make it work for you, and you're not working for it. Like you're obviously gonna work, but you have to like make sure you have a plan. You can't go in it blind. Like you said, like all three of us called you, talked to you about it, like told you how we're feeling, like what we want to do. But like that, like we established a plan. Like if you just, oh, I'm just gonna enter the portal and hope for the best. Like
Somebody will pick me up.
yeah, it's not gonna work like that. And plus, you have
Like
to think.
it's like being a free agent in the NFL, but not having an agent and not being Lamar Jackson. That doesn't. It's like being me and being like, I don't need a fucking agent. We're good. And they're like, oh, good luck.
And it's like you gotta think how many kids are in the portal too. Like there's only so many.
7,000.
There's only so many spots on a roster, so it's like
And there ain't 7,000 jobs open. That's for damn
exactly.
sure.
And so that's
All
why I
right,
feel
so
like-
we'll wrap this up here on the Savage Podcast moving forward. Jake Wiley of UCLA, Austin Johnson going to Purdue in July, and Drake Nugent up at the University of Michigan playing for Coach Harbaugh. All right, number one, just a couple quick questions here from the big guy. Warm-up song. What's the last song you jam before you walk out on the field? Because this is huge for players, bro. Like, I always have headphones on. Music is huge. Like, I always used to play More Human Than Human, the super sexy swinging sounds version by White Zombie. That was my get down before walking out. How about you, Wiley? What do you rock?
before every game, I gotta listen to "Love Sosa" by Chief Keef.
There it is.
That gets me the
Chief
mo right there for
Keef. There
sure.
you go. How about you, Salsa? Probably some fucking Hank Williams Jr.
I mean, Family Tradition is on the playlist, but that's not what I end with. I would probably say Thunderstruck.
Nice. Okay. How about you, Nuge?
Yeah, I'm a big rock guy, but I always like my last few songs are always just like some instrumental like shit like that kind of builds up like intro. I don't know if you know that song, or like Rock and Roll Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. Next question. All of you have seen our friend Odin on TikTok, right? He's off the perks, Doug. He's off the perks. Everyone, make sure you check out 60, all the new 60 gear
Shout out Odin.
t-shirts. We're actually having had an Odin t-shirt up here in like a week. You should see this shirt. It's fucking incredible. I cannot wait to put it up. I just have to ask his mom first so she doesn't sue the fuck out of me for putting her son on blast. So if I can convince his mom about this, everybody go to shop60academy.com. You can check out all the t-shirts. I'm going to have t-shirts for all these guys up there eventually too through NIL. And then go to 60equipment.com. I'll tell you about this body bag here in a second. But Odin's t-shirt is going to be up at shop60academy.com soon, okay? What the fuck is wrong with that guy, bro? Why is that hip? Why do people like that shit so much? And look, I understand that my commentary helps. You know, like you move like old people fuck, and you couldn't hit a sick whore off of a piss pot, or why are you so stiff? You look like a Lego character, or what are you, fucking He-Man, or you know, like you're moving. Like, my all-time favorite is. You move like old people fuck. It's my favorite one. I love it.
That's the best
my
one.
favorite.
That's the best one.
So, but like Odin is just he runs same arm, same leg. What advice would you give him? Get a girlfriend?
I mean,
Why does everybody think that's so funny? Get a doll? Oh my God! He would probably buy a full body doll. Yeah, I've looked into it. So what?
oh my gosh.
This show is falling off the fucking rails, I'll tell you that. But I will say this. Look, I'm not trying to roast them. You guys know me. I don't know any other way to be. I can't like sit there and be like, oh, good job, fellas. You're really great. You're working so hard. That shit would be weird. How do you not laugh when we do it?
I mean, I feel like when I first got in here, like looking at the old videos, I look like I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like that's just kind of what it is. Like you slowly learn, but you definitely like when you first get in here, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I got to hear one of these stories. You got some good ones. I know this.
Yeah, I have plenty of good ones, but the best part about what he just said is that you could see Odin in the video trying to figure it out, like
It's like trying to process.
like in the background, like like I don't even know you, Odin, but like I'll probably beat you here this next week. But
Oh, man.
I love that's part of the best part of the video. But I think like just fucking relax, like
Calm down, dog.
yeah, it's
Get a
just-
girlfriend.
yeah,
Jesus.
just fucking
Or a boyfriend.
nice and
You know,
easy.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I just say relax and look at everyone in front of you.
Do something. Salsa, you've been working for me for the last 4 months. You see the hilarity every day. I literally walk by you every day and go like this. Can you believe this shit? Elaborate on this a little bit before we get out of here.
I mean, all I would say is when you're out of the room, the kids do pretty well. But I think when
Why are they so scared of me?
I don't know, I truly
I've
don't know.
never eaten anyone in here, ever. I'm 310. Okay. I'm 320. Okay, we'll meet in the middle.
Nah, like everyone's just so scared.
Yeah, after I go to In-N-Out later today, I'll be 330. That's okay. Fuck like a porn star, smell like a rock star.
That rat.
Foul rolls.
That rat.
That rack. I love it, dude. All right. You guys, anything else you want to talk about, you three assholes? No, we're good. All right. This is the Savage Podcast. That's a wrap. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Make sure you go and check out everything on social media at 60 Academy, 60academy.com. And before we get out of here, this is the body bag, okay? And help me out with this, Drake. Pull this up here. This thing has been in the brain trust for a long time, okay? We've been trying to put this together forever, and we just used it this morning. Go to 60equipment.com. Use the promo code SUN. What is it? Pre-order 30. Thank you. That's my guy in the back. Use the code pre-order 30, and you'll get 30% off the bag, and then it won't cost you $1,000. It'll cost you a cool $700. But this is a good investment for anybody looking to get better. You guys all use this today. You watch the defensive linemen use it a little bit. Salsa, you've been in here working with us and the body bag for a good month. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think probably the most thing is that helps.
Talking to Mike.
Talking to the mic. Sorry,
Talking to the mic.
Getting fucking yelled at over here.
Okay, it's his job. He's here to yell at you.
Yeah,
That's what
I'd
we
say
do.
like
Fix
at
it.
least being in college, like half of like O-line drill work is holding the bag correctly, and like you got guys who hold it out and like they move it all over the place and it just fucks up the drill. But like this is pretty self-explanatory, and like it's kind of hard to fuck up the bag.
Yeah, it's the ultimate leverage bag is what I call. You can't raise it, you can't extend it. I think it's been pretty awesome for development. All the numbers, you can tell you guys where to reach, where to put your hands. Also, Jake, what do you guys think?
If you go to college practice anywhere in the country, the coach is probably going to say about 15 times, keep the bag down.
Yep.
So I think this is a way to limit that. You can't really bring the bag up because it is a body bag. So I
like
think
a
it's a
shield.
brilliant idea. I think it's dope.
It's like a big shield. Yeah, it kicks ass, the big medieval shield.
No, I mean I like it a lot. Like they both said, like you're gonna hear it at every college practice. Hold the bag down. Hold the fucking bag down. Like
Well, I'll
you're
tell
gonna
you one
hear it,
thing.
and I feel like you hold it close to the body, and there's like you see all the numbers and all the letter stuff on it. Like you know where to punch and all that stuff. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's sexy. Well, there's definitely going to be one at Westwood, Lafayette, and Ann Arbor. So they're all going to have promo codes, and I'm going to be peddling bags through them. So everybody, let's check these out. 60equipment.com. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. That is Jake Wiley, UCLA Bruin. That is Austin Johnson. We call him Salsa, the center at Purdue, and that is Drake Nugent right there. That's Drake Nugent, the starting center at Michigan. I am your owner and host, Matt McChesney. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Go and subscribe on YouTube. Big thanks to my man Jeff behind the mic doing all the dirty work and telling everybody to speak into the microphone, Squid Brain. Speaking to the fucking mic. That's a wrap. We will be back at our next scheduled and